I have a recipe for some sweet chili chicken lettuce cups that you are gonna absolutely love. It's perfect for when you're gonna cook the family dinner, but you don't want to go to too much effort. This is a really quick and simple one to do. Great to share with the family, really simple to make, and I'm gonna show you how to do it right now. Okay, we start off with a few ingredients. We've got these beautiful chicken thighs where the flavor's just amazing in the thighs, I love them. And we're gonna marinate them in a little brown sugar, some soy sauce, some fresh garlic, some spring onion, and then we're gonna bake them in the oven, and then we're gonna serve it with a bit more spring onion, some carrot, and we're gonna serve it in these delightful little lettuce cups with a bit of sweet chili sauce. You ready? Let's do it. Okay, so we start off with a couple of cloves of garlic, and we're gonna go ahead and crush those. So just using the side of your knife, bang them like that, and then you literally only have to really cut through them once or twice. So they can be pretty rough. You get this beautiful, robust flavour from the garlic. Lovely. And then I'm going to take a spring onion. Now, I always think of spring onions in two parts, the green and the white, okay? So the whites are what you definitely want to cook with. There's more flavour in the white, and this is more used as a salad, I guess, in Southeast Asia. So what we're going to do is cut it in half. We'll keep that bit for later. It's going to be our garnish. But then what we put into the marinade, which has more of an oniony kind of a flavour, is this piece down here. As you can see, it's still nice and white, so that's closer to the bulb. Right, so we move all that together, and then into a bowl, we combine the garlic with the spring onions, the brown sugar, and the soy sauce. So what you end up with is a marinade that's very sweet, very salty, and rich in flavour, which is exactly what a marinade should be. So I just mix that together with a little whisk, just like that. Now, depending on how much time you have will depend on how long you marinate your chicken for. If you're, got all day and you're planning this out, you've got plenty of time, I'd give it up to 4 hours in the marinade, because the marinade's really going to get into the flavour of the chicken. If you're in a bit of a rush, at a minimum, I'd say give it an hour, which is okay. You can marinate it for a quick hour while you prepare the rest of your ingredients and get yourself organised, and it's still going to taste great. Okay, so you just move those around, shake it around, just like that. Cover it with a little bit of cling film, which I have right here. Stick it in the fridge, and then we'll come back and cook it in an hour. So when the chicken comes out of the fridge, it's got that beautiful dark kind of tinge to it because the sweetness from the sugar and the saltiness of the soy sauce have really been getting in there. What we're going to do is grab a little tray and just give it a really light douse of oil, because you just want this not to stick too much, okay? And then we're just going to pour our chicken thighs with the marinade straight back onto that tray, and then we're going to slowly bake it in the oven. It's going to be about 180 degrees. While we wait for the chicken, we can cook the rice. It only takes 12 to 15 minutes. What I've got is a cup of rice, and it goes to a couple of cups of water. I've just put that on the boil, and you just literally go ahead and pour that in. Give it a shake around. If you want a little salt in there, then season it with just a little salt, not too much. Pop your lid back on and let it absorb. Now, while that's in there, we can get ready on the rest of the lettuce cups. So this is a really simple recipe. We've got these beautiful little baby cos lettuce. You can use romaine, you can use iceberg, you can use baby gems, whatever has that nice kind of a cup, and you can imagine just picking it up and eating from it. That's what you want. All right, so to go in with that, we've got a carrot, which gives us beautiful colour, a lovely crunch, and of course, that delicious sweet flavour that we love from carrots. Carry on shaving it because, the recipe calls for julienne carrots. It's a very fancy word for fine little pieces of carrot, but the truth is you can get pretty much the same result by doing just this. It saves you a whole lot of time. Right, that's looking good. So once you've got your carrot all shaved down like that, or if you want to go to the effort of cutting julienne, then of course you can. I've got my spring onions, and I'm going to cut that on a pretty big bias. So literally nice and fine, but cutting it so you get a little bit of shape and a little bit of texture to it. Right, so once you have your spring onions and your beautiful carrots cut, you can even mix them together because this is what's going to mix together with the flavour and the texture of the chicken to go into our lettuce cups and be served with a sweet chilli sauce. So the chicken's been in for almost 40 minutes now. I'm going to have a look. I've only turned it once. Oh, looks beautiful. The thing I love about this is it's still really nice and juicy. And what I'm going to do is just let it rest for just a minute before I cut it. Take my chicken out. Woohoo! Ow! Yum. You get all of those delicious flavours that you really want. And then what I like to do is don't waste this because there's a lot of flavour here on the pan. So I get like a scraper and I scrape that up. So you keep all those pan juices and pour that straight over your carrots and spring onions. And then once the chicken's had a few minutes to rest, you just go ahead and slice it while it's still nice and hot. Right, once you've chopped up all of the chicken, just go ahead and pick it all back up and pop it back into your bowl. Take your bowl. Make sure you spread out that carrot, which has got all that beautiful juice that the chicken was cooked in. Now, if you've got kids, this is a great one to get them involved in because they really love that like little assembly and you have them picking things up and putting them in little lettuce cups and pouring the sauce over. Kids really like the process, so try them out. A little bit of coriander. Beautiful. Like that. And you're good to serve. You can start going. Now, I like a little something extra with it. So I've cooked the rice. Let's have a look how it's come out. Just grab a fork and just sort of stir that around and you'll see it's beautiful and fluffy. So you can just serve that on the side. Or if you like, you can serve a little bit of it in the lettuce cup. But you know what? I'm going to do this. Delicious.